Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Flux here, and welcome back to Rhinestone Island. And as you can see, we've got a brand new little section of the map. This is our new kind of casino area. I do apologize, we kind of missed a little bit of this in my time lapse because, to be totally honest, I was spending so much time like placing things and deleting them, then placing them again, and being just like generally indecisive. So I ended up not recording all of it because a lot of it was again just placing things and deleting them again. So. Anyway, this is kind of like the start of this new little area. And again, we'll do a lot more live work on this. I did a lot of time-lapse work because I really just wanted to get this area built, have a nice little roundabout kind of working and functioning, and then more importantly, kind of balance out our RCI. So as you can see, we've balanced out the RCI. We've got our new connection down here, the kind of dead-end area for our little highway system over here, which is nice. And roundabout is working pretty good actually, which I'm actually pretty happy about. It seems to be working just fine, handling traffic okay. At least, generally speaking, it's not like backing up, which is the important part. But what I do want to do is I want to get at some point a cargo facility over here to handle all of this commercial. But really what I wanted to do is just get the commercial down in the first place, which is what I did. Which will allow us to actually continue our work on all these areas, like our new super awesome, like very nice suburbs over here, the kind of more high-end suburbs, I guess you could say. But I want to do more work like this over here and also over here on this side. So that was the purpose for doing all this. Now you may have noticed I also racked up quite a bit of debt from all of these different unique buildings, but don't worry, we'll pay that off later, or at least we'll make it back in terms of taxes and all that stuff. But just wanted to get all this stuff down and kind of expand more. So again, I'm definitely expanding a lot faster than I'm detailing, which has become pretty obvious now. With the last time I did detail being pretty much just the university over here. So we're gonna have a lot of work to do. Detailing all this stuff over here, and then coming over here and detailing this stuff over here, and then even going and, of course, working on our new little area on this side. But we'll get to that later. I just want to make sure we have a good, road layout going on. I think that once we've kind of figured out the traffic situation, we fixed this little bit of backup kind of on this main road over here, and handle all that stuff, we should be able to go and do the detailing just fine. And I kind of like the idea of just having a good base layout for all this stuff. That way it's easier to kind of go back and change and perfect all the little things. So anyway, one more thing I'm a little nervous about is figuring out what's going to go right here, because I don't actually really want to connect these two areas very much. I'm a little worried we're going to get traffic from the main downtown area trying to sweep through here and cause more traffic on this main road if we do that. So how we're going to handle that, I don't really know yet. Still trying to figure that out. But I think in the meantime, it'll be a good time to just step out and work on some nice little suburbs down this way and worry about the rest of it later. So why don't we go ahead and get started now? I'll slow this down a little bit. We can go ahead and start making some nice little neighborhoods over here. I'll go ahead and make a bigger brush as well and just kind of flatten everything out like so. Awesome. And we'll fix the mountains later on. I'm kind of cutting into them right now, but not a big deal. So what I want to do is I want to have, kind of like we did over here with this one, I want to have some main entrances kind of coming off of this main road here. And I'll use the nice little tree entry point here. And then for this, might have to do some interesting stuff to make this work. So right off the bat, I'm already seeing a problem with this. Let's look at our example on this side. So I went in enough to have 2x2 houses, which look pretty good. I think I want to try and replicate that over here, at least for the inner parts of the city. Or what? The inner parts of the suburbs that are closer to the city. That's what I meant to say. So we need to have enough room for one little piece of sidewalk and then a 2x2 house. So basically this, I believe. Is that correct? Wow, that is. Okay. It feels like it's more than just 4 squares, but I guess it's only 4. That's alright though. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Bring this out to like here. Pull out our sidewalk. Like that. And I kind of want to have the sidewalk follow. I think that'd be pretty cool if we could do that. Let me make the sidewalk first, and I'll see if I can kind of continue on with this. Kind of have to just eyeball it a little bit. Like that. We'll start moving this way a little bit. There we go. And then bring it back. I'll just do one nice clean connection right back here again. Awesome. So we're gonna have to break this at some point, probably over here, to make this work. Yeah, that's the right distance. All right. So leaving room for these houses might be kind of a challenge here when we're going along this sidewalk like this, but I think it's doable. Yeah, that was just barely good. Let's see if we can mimic that. I don't really like to eyeball it that much, but you kind of just have to do it with this. Not much of an option here. But those are all working out, so it's fine. Oh, this last piece didn't though. Let's see if we can make that work better. Okay, that's good. That's alright for now. And I'm actually going to make this not the tree road. It's supposed to be like a road where houses are on. So we'll use the trees as kind of our entryway roads. So like that. I kind of like that. I think that looks good. Let's see if we can maintain this. We'll come down this way. Then same thing over here. Hopefully go back a bit. And I think what I'm going to do with this actually is I'm going to turn this into a 3 or a 4-lane avenue. Like that. And this will basically just be the entryway for our new little neighborhood back here. I think I'm actually going to have it dead end at this road like that. There we go. And I really want to try to, again, use up some of the space kind of in here, or detail it, or do something that makes all this feel like one big city and not like we have little modules here and there. I mean, this is kind of unavoidable. We have to leave space for things like this, but I think we can definitely do it over here especially. So we'll see if we can do some housing and things up there. Maybe some little streets that wind back up this way again. In fact, why don't we try and do that right now? I think I can make this work. If I just do this, have this make a little winding curve. I'll turn off the snap. Try and have it go up here a little bit. Around like that. Kind of like that. I'll try and spread it thinner and thinner as we get further away from the main part of the neighborhood too. I think that works better. Then we'll bring this one out. I don't want to go on top of the bridge, but I think we go a little bit further. Something like that. That's good. Yeah, I think I like that. And then I might actually just cut this back a tiny bit. Oops, wow, this is a really big brush. Cut it back a little bit, and we'll just bring in like a little road that goes in like this. There we go, that's nice. Just fix this a little bit like that. Awesome. Rezone a few of these. Whoops, not like that though. I'll just speed up our game as well. Awesome. Maybe we could have a few, yeah, some roads that go around here too. Like so. Yeah, like that. It's like our demand's actually kind of bouncing out a little bit, which is nice. Alright. Yeah, a lot of these places I just didn't even continue the roads when I could have probably gone a bit further. Probably on purpose a little bit in some areas, but let's just see what we can do with all this. I think really expanding outwards is just going to make everything look much better. Make it all look like one big, you know, city and not a bunch of little modules. Alright, that's good for now. This is going to be a mountain anyway, so I'll do lots of rocks and stuff around here, which should kind of balance that out. Now I'm actually going to go back a little bit and rezone these as office space. I know I've been switching this back and forth quite a bit, and really I'm just using these grids temporarily just to kind of balance all of our RCI. And then once we've really like finished building everything out, then we can really focus on the permanent locations of the different zones. So I don't have a problem with switching back and forth between these every once in a while, just to balance everything out. And I'm actually trying to kind of push for a higher demand of commercial once we get some more of these residential zones in, just so we can keep going, because I want to have I want to really make commercial a primary focus in this city over here. So we'll definitely have lots of commercial in there, which would be nice to be able to actually put down. Right now we really can't do that with the demand we have, so we'll keep working on that. Now for this, I think I want to first go a bit out like this. I want to get away from the highway as much as I can, then throw some houses in over here. And I'll definitely, you know, be making privacy kind of a concern, so we'll put lots of trees and stuff in here so people aren't just like right next to the highway, which I'm sure would not be ideal. There we go. That's probably fine, actually. I just kind of bring it out to here. Well, no, it was okay how it was. We'll put trees there. So that'll be a little dead end for this part of the neighborhood. And then I think I'm actually going to try and, whoops, get a bit of a flattened section out over here for some more houses up here. There we go, something like that. Alright, so here's the main entry point. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Bring that in. Awesome, awesome. I like how these kind of turned out. That worked out pretty well, actually. I like that. I like the houses on the hills up here. They look much better when we have a bunch of, you know, trees and foliage and stuff too. But I really like the way that this roundabout turned out as well. This will look awesome once we get the detailing in, because it's all still totally bare. So we'll get all the rocks and the details and stuff, and that'll be awesome. Okay. Yeah, let's get a little like upper area going. I think this could look cool if we do it right. So we'll go out. We want to do 2x2 houses with a little sidewalk in between right there. So that's good. Just again, mimic that. Trying to add a bit of personality to it, just so it's not like a big grid. Just like how we did that a bit over here as well. Kind of change the angles a little bit before totally moving away from the whole thing. So I think we can do that if we... Let's see. See if we can bring this over to here as well. I think this is a good opportunity to start moving away from that original angle. I'll delete this part for now. We'll figure that out later. So we'll definitely have to do it over here. I know that's not a perfect curve. Well, actually, I could make it a perfect curve here. We go out by that and then go out by 5 on both sides. That's much better. Anyway, the point is, you could try and change the angle a bit here. I think would look better. Perfect. Awesome. And this is where we start moving away from the grid anyway. So, you know, come out like that and then make some natural curves along the cliff over here. Alright, so I will probably cut out quite a bit of that because, as you might imagine, it got pretty boring there. Lots of just kind of placing around different little suburb pieces here, but this is the final result. I tried to get a little bit up here as well, especially up near the mountain on this side. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a couple little mountain homes and things, but really try to kind of capture that fade out and maybe more like organic shape of neighborhoods kind of going in this direction here. So I tried to follow along with that. I'm actually not really sure why I brought this up to this point. I was trying to let's try this. There we go. So I feel like, oh, wrong one. Hang on a minute. I feel like you wouldn't have sidewalks or maybe not sidewalks, but like grass, little cutout areas or like trees on an access road that goes up to a little kind of mountain home location up here. So I figured it'd be better to have that kind of road. But once we get here, we could probably have some nice little tree roads through here. But regardless of this new little neighborhood, I actually did quite a bit of off-camera work, which is kind of funny. I guess I was just working on this, and then one thing led to another, and I noticed that our little roundabout wasn't working very well, so I designed this thing instead, which is kind of crazy. It's like a 3-stack roundabout. So the idea behind this is basically just having these two. You can see just how much traffic goes from both of these at the same time, and having, you know, the cars cut in front of each other like that was just not working very well. And I knew that when we added the extra stress of these new roads as well, it really would just be not good. So my solution to that was to create a 3-stack and kind of dedicate each stack to a different direction. So we've got the bottom stack, which just goes pretty much purely to this main avenue, which is going to be pretty busy. So I'm not really actually bothered by that at all. I think that having just a single output's not a big deal for that one. I may end up having another one coming off in this direction here if we need some more avenue action for our neighborhoods over here. But to be honest with you, I think that we're pretty good as is over here. But And then the second one is dedicated to this direction here and in this direction, which is going to be some neighborhoods and things. And just to clarify, I said earlier that I wasn't going to connect this to downtown Dale, but I actually did a lot of work on the infrastructure of the highway because, believe it or not, I actually hadn't connected hardly any of the exit points to the highway. So while all the cars could very easily enter these areas from the highway, they couldn't actually leave without going into downtown Rhinestone City and then finding those little exit points that were underground to get back onto the highway again, which is actually pretty poor design on my part. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier. So I went back and I fixed some of these routes. You can see I added little branches here that move out in this direction. There's an exit over here now. I had another exit somewhere else. Oh, right. Over here we have a new exit as well, because I actually had this one built out, but I never actually completed it. So, I mean, in the future, we may have to move this one, but just, you know, for temporary and I guess just reasons to prevent traffic over here, and especially on this road, you can see it really died down quite a bit from just giving people a way to get back on the highway again instead of having to go down here and then enter the highway through Rhinestone City. So that's a new solution, but you may be wondering how this exactly works, right? Because if you want to come in and you want to say you want to leave here but then go here, right? Well, how would you do that? Because this thing just is a little roundabout. You'd have to go all the way down the highway and then find some exit points. So what I did underground is I created a little access loop, which actually isn't being used hardly at all, because the only ones that have like any way that you would ever want to, you know, if you ever needed to go from here to here, you could do that over here. So there's no reason to really go to the roundabout to do that. But in the future, when we have people living over here or living over here and they need to get to this road or this road, they can just enter the roundabout, go down here, take the little access loop to switch back to the roundabout again, and then split to their desired location with this little split thing underground, and then go up there, loop it around, and enter. So this just gives more space for all the cars to do their splitting without interrupting each other. And then it also kind of, again, allows for more space on this side for the switchback. So anybody who needs to go to a different route besides out can get in the right lane and then hop back through again, which is definitely more efficient than having them all bunch up on one road, which so far has been really nice because we had pretty bad backup actually. I didn't really show it because I was working on this little neighborhood, but it was getting pretty bad. So anyway, that's enough rambling for now. Oh, also, I I forgot, you know, I worked on this so much and then I didn't really even show you guys what I did. I'm actually not going to go into detail on what this stuff all is quite yet. I mean, it's obviously the casino city, but I want to show it off more in detail whenever I actually get the details done, because it's basically just a bunch of barren buildings and no actual detail put into it quite yet. So I anticipate this looking much better in the next few episodes. So don't worry. While I might have shown some time-lapse work on this, I'm not actually going to go into details on anything in this little area quite yet. We'll get to that probably in the next episode, if not the episode after that. But we got quite a bit of work to do still on the detailing pretty much everywhere. So that'll happen very soon. But anyway, let's go ahead and finish up our work on this little suburb down here. As you can see, we got quite a bit more demand now for residential. I actually wanted to do one more thing. I wanted to get some sort of like building or neighborhood road kind of right here. I just want to have some buildings growing in here. I almost want to just have this be the road that allows you to get there. Let me just see how this would look real quick, because I'm kind of curious now. I don't know if that's going to look good, actually. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not like that. I kind of like the idea of using some more of these like concrete, you know, sidewalks to integrate with this. So let's try that real quick, actually. What if we do something like this? Just bring it out to there, bring it out to dead end right there. And then use this type just to make a little entryway. Maybe even have, well, no, that's probably fine like that, actually, because we'll do lots of terrain and rock work and stuff underneath this little highway over here anyway, so I'm not too worried about this looking, you know, barren or empty in any way. So that's good. Also, yeah, I found a lot of flaws in my my highway system when I was doing that. Like, I didn't even have a way to get onto this entry point from this side over here. Hang on, this side, yeah, because this one comes here, obviously, and so does this one. Also comes from the same direction, but there's no entry from this side. So now this one here enters from this side. So that works much better. Anyway, let's throw down a few cement paths. I will say though, I really do like making roundabouts, and I'm really starting to see the appeal of using roundabouts, because I don't know, I kind of just had this like unwarranted dislike of roundabouts, and not that I disliked them, but I always just thought that the whole like Americanized interchanges just seemed really cool to me. Like, I liked the idea of having all these roads splitting off in different directions. I thought it like looked cool more than anything. So that's kind of what I started doing from the beginning, and I never really tried to learn roundabouts. So I guess doing things like this was just kind of something that I didn't really even think about. But the nice thing about roundabouts that you don't have to worry about with interchanges is getting back onto the highway again. Because with these types of things, right, this interchange over here, 90% of these roads are splits to get off and into the city, and I only have like 1 or 2 roads to go back onto the highway again, and I realized that wasn't nearly enough when I was going back and fixing a lot of stuff. So that's one thing that's nice about roundabouts. You don't have to worry about having like an equal number of roads going on and off the highway. Definitely enjoyed that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to connecting these to this, so then everybody here can get back on this roundabout and hop back on the highway again, instead of having to go all the way down to here or here to get off, which will be nice. Or get back on, I mean. Let me throw down some residential zones, though. Don't think I'm going to zone any of this stuff, but I'll zone here. And probably just leave that how it is. I'm not going to try and zone that or anything, but I'll do lots of detailing around that. Some rocks and some trees and all that good stuff. Go ahead and fill all this up. Get some nice little 2x2 houses through here, which will be nice. And I think in that little mountain town, I actually want to try and throw in maybe like 1 or 2 little small commercial low density buildings, just because when you're way up there in the mountains, I think you probably want to have some little local shops or gas stations or whatever. I should probably also look into leisure, because I think that there's probably quite a few parts of my neighborhoods that have hardly any leisure at all, because I've been kind of focusing a lot on the utility aspect and the zoning aspects without actually thinking about the leisure hardly at all. So might have to look into that again in a minute here. These are going to be some pretty small houses back here, but then we got some nice bigger houses, these little cul-de-sacs back here, which will be nice, of course. Zone this like this. And we're definitely, yeah, I was going to say, we're definitely going to max out on residential here. I'm just going to keep on zoning everything anyway. That way we just have like this big surplus of residential zone. So as we continue expanding that city for our casino area, we can have confidence that we got plenty of residential. And I mean, this isn't even the start of it. We're going to have a lot of nice neighborhoods. And I'm talking, I really want these to be like focused on being high-end neighborhoods, right? Because these are going to be like right next to the casino city. So if you're living here, you're probably pretty well off. All right, that's good. Oh wait, I didn't want to zone up here. I'll zone to there, and then I think I'll leave that how it is. And I'm actually gonna try my best here to to do some little pathways, you know, some dirt paths and stuff like that, just to kind of work on the detailing, make it all look nice. So I think I'll probably put, let's see, how was I imagining this to work anyway? Let me try something real quick. Yeah, that's better. Because I don't really want to zone on this, like, entering road. So that'll kind of help out, oops, with that. And we'll fill all this stuff up real quick as well. Oh, right, I also wanted to have a little bit of commercial, didn't I? But just have a few little shops here at the end of this road. And up here as well. Just for convenience. And again, I'm planning on turning this little town into like a nice little mountain town instead of just like a random assortment of zones and roads once we get the detailing done. And I think adding some nice little dirt paths to kind of go up and down the mountain would be a nice little touch to this area. Make it feel more like a mountain town, and again, less like a bunch of just random buildings. Oops, we have no water up here. Yeah, I'm really starting to not care about how these how these water pipes look, because again, you really never enter this view, like ever. And also, it doesn't even look bad. Like if you do a bunch of random organic looking pipes, it doesn't really even look that bad, so whatever. It just looks like fine. Wow, look at that. The pipes are so deep that you can't even see them through the terrain. We also have no power. Did not think about that. Wow. Well, we're going to eventually get some residential, but... Oh, you know what? Okay, well, this isn't even going to operate up here because there's no wind. But I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that if I just had this, it kind of acts as like a power jumper, right? Because, I mean... it doesn't, these guys won't get the power of just this one turbine. They'll get the power of my entire power supply, which is, you know, 2,000 megawatts. So that would have been fine, but we have nowhere to put that. I think I'm just gonna let this happen. Let me find where the zoning ended. I think it was like right here. I think if I just kind of make some little power lines that go up to here like that. I think that's going to be nice for the future once these guys move in. There we go. So we'll have to wait on those houses to come in. And again, I think my RCI is still balancing. Like even though we're at full speed, it's taken a while to get all that stuff to balance out. Which is understandable, I guess. Definitely have to focus on the education here in a minute though, because we're probably, well, actually the high schools are fine, but the elementary school is going to need some work. Utilities are a big deal, especially over here. So I think the next episode is going to be focused primarily on, well, first of all, the time lapse is going to probably be pretty long and be focused on all the detailing, but after that, we'll definitely be doing some work on the actual city down this way for our casinos. And that'll be a lot of utility work, you know, getting medical care up here and all that stuff. So I think we don't even have any hospitals at all in this region. Oh, that was over here that I was thinking of. I'm gonna put a little medical clinic while I'm at it, because I don't like the idea of not even having any sort of medical care over here. I think this place deserves a little clinic. I mean, it is supposed to be like a nice neighborhood, so they should have access to a clinic like that. Also, probably death care, although we have, I mean, so much capacity for death care. Like, it's not even funny. I don't think we needed all of these crematoriums looking back, but, hey, whatever. I think it's fine. I'll probably just need to have, like, one or two over here, and we'll be all right. Anyway, I think we have done quite a bit this episode, so I'll wrap it up here for now. But we'll come back next episode, and like I said, work on the new casino area. I think I had a name for this. It was like Delfino Bay, I think is what I was going to call it. But go ahead and leave your comments down below if you have a cool name suggestion, because I'm still definitely on the fence about that, and I want to get a cool name for this little tourism part of our city over here. So let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think about this area over here, because again, I think as cool as it looks, and as good as it, you know, as well as it integrates, as good as it integrates with this whole area over here, you know, imagine something like this. You know, it's a little more thought out with, you know, little cement pathways and stuff, as opposed to just a straight grid over here. I think that might actually look a little bit better. So let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.